The big house. I'm going to the big house. Why am I so excited about that? Well, because of context. Context, people. In Spanish, la casa grande is literally the big house. In English, we know it has really different meanings, and every time I say it, I start laughing because it has so many unsavory connotations. But the truth is, I'm moving to the big house. The property adjacent to where I'm living now has a really big house on it, and I'm moving there. At the beginning of this journey, I explained that I just left Spain to live on some very good friend's property in Todos Santos, Mexico, with my angel dog, Mocha. I had no idea what I was going to do here once I got here, other than exist in this paradise they've created. I knew that I wanted to learn biomagnetics instantly. The minute my friend Laurel told me that she'd been treated by this fantastic biomagnetics practitioner near here, it just resonated with me in every fiber of my being. Using the energy of the Mother Earth to heal, to regenerate cells in your body so your symptoms and core issues slowly reduce and in most cases disappear? Hell yes. So my friends are coming back soon. Can't wait. It's going to be even better than it is now, which is unbelievable, but true. And I figured I'll just move up to my cousin's house in Connecticut. He's not using it. I'll spend some more rehabilitation time up there. Rehabilitation? Listen, it's just an expression, but I've needed time to depressurize from some enormous challenges that I was having in Spain. And though not all of them go away when we move, we have to solve some of them before we move, or they move with us. You all know that, right? And also technology being what it is, we are connected no matter where on the planet or probably off planet we are. But I am definitely on the mend and able to deal with everything so differently now than before. And that's where biomagnetics has stepped in. I didn't even realize how powerful these protocols are until I stopped using a couple of them for a few days. One part of the routine I want to be an integral part of weight control is feeling differently about yourself no matter what weight you are. I mentioned this in the last video because, listen, 99% of us, because of the cacophony and the persistent messages from society, we judge ourselves and those around us by weight, not how intelligent the person is, or we may be, not how talented in music, comedy, painting, design, how compassionate a person is in managing others, if we're dependable, if we're loyal friends, if we're caring about our siblings, how generous we are, generous. But no, weight is so visible. The first thing most people judge us on, and ourselves, unfortunately, is whether we're too skinny or too heavy. So part of this weight control initiative is not just the physical part, but it's feeling better about ourselves no matter what day it is, no matter whether we ate nothing the day before because we just couldn't be bothered, even though we knew that our muscle mass would drop significantly even in one day, or if our kitchen shelves and refrigerator are now empty because of a valiant effort on our part to diminish the quantity of popcorn, macaroni and cheese, every flavor of ice cream, the 50 pastries you've been hiding behind the homemade bread, which is now gone, of course, and the rest of those energy bars you'd been storing up for your next visit to the gym. All gone. No matter. You are going to feel good about yourself no matter what your choices have been. How? Well, listen, I realized by not using some magnets that they are an integral part of the biomagnetic protocol. Putting biopolarity on the prefrontal cortex, these are my neodymium magnets, and we don't use these because they're really strong in the beginning. I could probably use them now. What I thought was just an ancillary regeneration, seriously, what does the prefrontal cortex have to do with activating the digestive system? Pretty far down. And how innocent I was 3 months ago, even 3 weeks ago. And all of you pedestrian neurologists already know what I'm about to say, that cognitive functioning, cognitive balance has everything to do with not just the digestive system, but how we react to the digestive system, whether it's over-functioning or under-functioning. I knew this, but I didn't know it. I didn't know it on a kinesthetic level. How did I change that? Well, as I said, for some reason I left it out of the protocol for a few days. Then, 2 days ago, I realized I'd been thinking really negatively about myself, about everyone and everything around me. And that's not usual for me. I have bad days, but not that bad. This was a bee's nest of growling, complaining, and victimization dynamic that was running through my head. And it convinced me I didn't want to be around myself. What did I do? Well, my go-to is eating a lot. No reason. I just seemed to have few filters that encouraged me to stop. Then at the end of the day, even though I'd eaten so much more than my body really needed, I rolled right into my usual routine of putting the weight control magnets on my body and somehow remembered to put them on the prefrontal cortex. Now, I usually fall into a light sleep during these protocols. So 30 minutes later, I sat up and I felt amazing. I was refreshed. I was smiling for absolutely no reason. I just loved life all of a sudden again. And I realized in that moment that it was because of the magnets on my forehead, balancing out emotions, not just adjusting physical imbalances, but neurological ones as well. And there's a really simple scientific explanation for this, as my incredible professor, Dr. David Goith in Mexico City, has insisted we understand. Ready for it? I'll do it fast. You can play it again if you really want all the specifics, but here it is. It is scientific. Why? The glymphatic system, not the lymphatic system, the glymphatic system is a dynamic that researchers have only recently been able to prove satisfactorily. And of course, when I use the term satisfactorily in scientific terms, it really just means based definitively on proven tests. And what they've been able to prove now visibly with tests is that using biopolarity on the cranium encourages the production of a specific protein that in turn causes the elimination of toxins from the central nervous system. Moreover, and this is the key, when you doze off during a session, you are actually permitting your neurons to separate more than usual, thereby giving a wider drainage pathway to toxins. I mean, how cool is that? This has so many effects on our system, you are going to be amazed. Not only are your emotions more balanced, but magnets on the prefrontal lobe affect our concentration, organization, decision-making, saturation level, corporal movements, including sexual behavior, motor planning, self-monitoring, over or under eating, and so much more. In short, this simple addition to weight control protocol is really, as I said before, the key to how we feel about ourselves during the whole process. And isn't that exactly what we really want? To feel wonderful about ourselves, no matter what the scale says. So, I'm moving up to the big house, me and my magnets. And my angel dog, Mocha. Well, actually, I'm not so sure about her. She seems pretty attached to her new haunts in this new environment down here. But I'll see if I can reassociate her understanding of where her home is by pulling out all the stops with some, listen, shameless doggy treats. Lots of them and prime quality. In the meantime, what have you pivoted on recently and what fantastic effects has it had on your life? See you soon for more, and I'll let you know more about this journey and the scientifics behind it. See you soon.